together Donald Trump's current agenda. Literally everything that you are seeing in these first 100 days for sure are the groundwork foundation of what Project 2025 put together for Donald Trump. This is his plan for the first 100 days. And from the Trump administration perspective, this Project 2025 implementation is going swimmingly well. So I'm going to let you guys make informed consumer decisions, okay? If you don't want to support a business, a company, a corporation, a retail outfit that supported Donald Trump, his inauguration, and or contributed to the creation of Project 2025, I'm going to read the list of companies that contributed to the Heritage Foundation, which authored Project 2025, and or these companies, and some companies did both, contributed to Donald Trump and his inauguration. So I'm going to read this list of companies. Some of these companies are going to sound very familiar, but I just want you to know who you are supporting. And in some of these cases, I want you to find alternatives to some of these businesses and companies that we have documented evidence that they contributed to Donald Trump's campaign, contributed to his inauguration, or contributed to the creation of Project 2025. And I'm also going to give you the no holds barred, bare bones, raw economic data of what illegal immigration and illegal immigrants actually cost to this country. So we're going to take away all the spin and we're going to give you the true, unadulterated facts. So again, you can make your own decision. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
So Linda's over here in the YouTube chat. If you haven't done so already, go to youtube.com or open up your YouTube app from your smartphone or other mobile device. Search 101.7 The Truth, hit subscribe, and you'll be able to join the conversation that is taking place alongside my live in-studio video. Linda, you over here acting like you didn't have a mishap last night. I have so many questions, Linda, but I don't want to embarrass you on the air because I would never do that. And yes, Vanessa, I saw your little comment, wasn't no alcohol in the drinks. Listen here, I'm at a sophisticated establishment on my first night bartending. I can't pour the drinks like you used to at your ghetto black nightclubs. I can't pour with a heavy hand. They're watching me. I had to use a little thing that measures the drinks. What do you want me to do? You're doing it for charity. You're not doing it to get all drunk. And Vanessa, you had shots in front of you that you didn't even drink, okay? I had to remind you to drink your little shot of Grey Goose. I'm not getting into this with you, Vanessa. Grey Goose versus Tito's. There's no comparison. Grey Goose is overpriced, and the only reason why it's overpriced is because it comes from France. Linda, I was told that you threw up last night. Not only was I told that you threw up last night, Linda, I was told you threw up on another person. You threw up on a man that you shouldn't even have been with. I need answers. Oh, look, she's on line one. Maybe she can explain herself. I'm not lying to you. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I got an inbox text message from the man that Linda was with. Okay, a man that was also at the event, but I don't want to name this man. And Linda, when I take your phone call, you bet not name him either. I don't know what this brother's other attachments are other than you. He texted me and said, Sherwin, Linda got sick on me. I said, what? I was home early too, and I didn't have a drop of alcohol. I don't know how some bartenders do it. I think this shows how skilled some bartenders are. There is no way that I could have accepted, and thank you guys for offering to buy me drinks. I do appreciate that, but there's no way that I could have consumed any alcohol and still attempted to bartend. I was sweating. Rick, I had beads of sweat. I was beading. I had to dab the sweats.
Yeah, I just looked at the picture. You had a little sweat towel.
Oh, that's my bartender rag. That's the all-purpose rag. That's where you do everything from you wipe your hands, you wipe your sweat, you got to wipe up spills. At the end of the night, I wouldn't want to be that towel. You know what I should have done? I should have auctioned off that towel, the celebrity bartender towel. Well, let's talk to Linda, shall we? Linda, say it ain't so. Say you didn't get sick on that man.
Good morning. Good morning, Professor. Good morning, good Common Brand.
You sound a
And
little
good
rough,
morning
Linda.
to all the
You
good
sound
black
rough.
and white people that showed up last night. Yes, all the good black and white people that showed up last night. Thank you. But Sherwin, you got me rolling. I didn't know he told you that. Yes.
Linda, how do you throw up on a man?
had-
First of all, what were you doing with
I had
him?
to. No, it wasn't like, what I ate. It was all liquid. It was mostly water. And it went down the wrong pipe, but yeah, I had started feeling the, effects of the Long Island iced tea. You could tell because you were saying, like, I was slurring and I was talking a lot. And yes, Sharon, you were sweating quite a bit. And I kind of wanted to lick that. I kind of felt for you. I kind of wanted to lick that sweat off for you. But then that's the liquor that was talking.
What?
Just like, Sharon, I wore those fishnet stockings for you, and to specifically say those were diamond-studded fishnet stockings, Sharon. I wanted to do a lap dance too because you were so tired. You went and you got off and you set your butt down, and I said, okay, so you were sitting too high for me to do the lap dance, so that's why I put my leg up there.
Linda, you were interrupting me. When I got off, you saw who I was sitting with. I was sitting with a little yellow bone. You came over there cock blocking me with the yellow bone.
Listen, I'm very focused. I don't look left or to the right. When I zone in on you, that's just what I do. But it wasn't to intimidate her or to disrespect anything going on there. I was just having my little moment of fun.
Linda, I'm sitting in a booth and you put your leg on the seat of the booth, and I thought that I was going to get swallowed up.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Well, you were in like a threesome type of position right there with her on one side and me on the other. But I just wanted you to see those diamond-studded fishnet stockings I wore specifically for Sherwin.
Linda, why did you throw up on a man?
I was talking and it just came up. I think I should have swallowed before I started talking.
God.
But see,
where did this was this at the Fister?
Yeah. Yeah.
Linda,
we were about to leave and everything.
You can't go back there.
Nobody saw it but me and him.
Why were you and him together? I need to know. Where were y'all going? What were you doing?
He was very friendly, and we were just having conversation. We were having conversation. He has a business where he catered to the whole woman, and I was adding, some type of points to that, and I told him he need to really explore and develop that because you don't find where too many businesses, cater to the whole woman, especially a black-owned man, business. And he was talking about how he, massage, he does all kind of facials, he does
facial!
And I said,
Linda,
Miss Shack.
you fell for it.
he gave me his card, his business card.
Of course he did, and he probably thought he was going to be able to test out some of his services, namely his facial on you, but you threw up on him and you ruined that man's night.
I don't think shame, but Miss Shack.
But no, I had no ulterior motives other than to have fun, come there, contribute to the fundraiser. I really didn't even expect to get inebriated like that because, I normally don't drink. When we were at the election at Mr. B's, I had 2 drinks in front of me, didn't finish it. But it's something about the Long Island iced tea I remember from back in the day, 30 years ago, whatever. But, yeah, it's a fun drink, and I know my limit is 1.
Do you remember yelling at me that you couldn't taste the alcohol in your Long Island iced tea? And I said, Linda, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Known. You should have known that I was feeling it by then, Sherwin. You're the bartender. You're supposed to know when people are getting inebriated.
So I did know, but for some reason you didn't know, and you kept yelling at me that you couldn't taste the alcohol, and that's why I kept telling you, Linda, before you order a second one, which you did, please finish your first one, because I saw how much alcohol I put in that damn drink. Well, how are you feeling this morning? Are you okay?
And I hurried up and finished it. So I could get the second one. I was on a roll, and no one was there to protect me, to stop me.
You can't be stopped, especially with your diamond-studded fishnets on. No one was going to stop you. No one was going to get in your way. Turn my fundraising event into a damn freak show. What?
The dress was made like that, where I don't know, maybe I wasn't really fully, endowed in the breast area. Maybe that's why my bra was still showing, but I thought that the bra did pretty good. It did a lot of coverage, but yet it added the sexuality and sensuality to the outfit.
I hope no one at the Fister is listening to this broadcast.
I just threw that together for real.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming, Linda.
Okay.
All right, then.
I enjoyed it.
Okay. All right, then. So, note to self. Linda may not be able to attend future events. Do y'all understand how much of a hot mess that woman was? But this is the kind of stuff you can expect when you come to events that are hosted by Sherwin Hughes of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. This also makes me very nervous for our upcoming season of Beyond the Mic, which you know that you may call it summer. But around here, 101.7 The Truth, we call it Beyond the Mic season. And it stretches from Memorial Day weekend all the way through Labor Day weekend. I am afraid of what y'all might do. We might end up seeing a nipple at one of our Beyond the Mic events. Because, what else could possibly happen? Linda got sweet-talked out of blue by a man who provides sensual services to women. And then she threw up on him and ruined that man's night. And I think he ended up getting mad at me because I'm the one that made her drinks, and she gets so drunk she throws up on him. He probably thought he was going to have an Al moment with her, but whatever. Glad you guys came out and glad we raised the money that we did. Now, can I please get on to serious radio show things? I got many things to talk about as Donald Trump is ruining the world. Let's get back to business on the other side, shall we? Good. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I want to give you guys this full list of companies. These are companies that publicly reported that they contributed to the Project 2025 document, contributed to Donald Trump's political campaign and or his inauguration. And so the list is exhaustive. And you're going to hear some familiar companies on this list. Now, this does not mean that you are going to boycott or stop supporting these companies. I just want you to be more aware. So I'm going to read the list. I don't even know if I'll be able to get through the list in one segment. I'm going to do my level best to get through the list. It's frightening, the number of companies. Some are expected as I'm looking over this list. I would expect some of these companies, but others I absolutely would not. So I'm going to get to that in a second, but I also want to let you guys know I want to have a discussion amongst ourselves about DEI, and we're seeing that it's being targeted literally everywhere. There's even legislation in the Wisconsin state legislature to target DEI where it may exist in the state of Wisconsin's government, in the UW system. We know that Pete Hegseth, the newly minted Secretary of the Department of Defense, the man that is in control of better than 3 million people, and has purview over the U.S. military and runs the Pentagon, he wants to get all of that, his words, woke, sugar honey iced tea out of the military and out of the Pentagon. And Donald Trump is continuing to sign executive orders to make sure that anything that can be even marginally interpreted as DEI removed from any semblance of the federal government and people who receive federal contracts. I want us to have a discussion about DEI and what it means to us, what we think it is, because right now it's so nebulous that it's easy to just reduce someone in the Trump administration's understanding of DEI, of anything that relates to people of color, minorities, marginalized groups, not just black people, not just Latinos and Hispanics, not just Asian people, but women and veterans and those who are differently able, because all of that can fit into the category of DEI. And here's where they get a saving grace. Because the interpretation of DEI is so loose, whoever the person is that's in charge of the hiring and the firing of, let's say, any federal department under the Donald Trump administration, whatever they personally think DEI is how they are going to use the executive orders as their own personal cudgel. That is why it is so frightening. If he really wanted to be strategic and surgical about, quote unquote, the pitfalls of DEI and rooting it out, and I've got some issues with DEI too now, that's why I want to have this discussion amongst ourselves. He would have defined it. In one of those executive orders, he would have said, per the Trump administration, per me as the executive of the United States, here is how I, Donald Trump, define DEI. It is someone who, through arbitrary means, obtained a position in which they were wholly unqualified by any other measure or metric. They didn't have a resume. They were just hired to fill a quota, but he didn't define it. So he's leaving the definition up to a scattering of individuals who we know, some of which are just anti-black and anti-brown and anti-woman and anti-trans and anti-gay and all of the other antis you can think of. That's where it becomes problematic. We here are going to have a critical discussion on what DEI is. And I'm going to give you my perspective on it. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree, but we have to have that discussion amongst ourselves so we know what potentially could be coming at us when it comes to all of these overturnings of the D's, the E's, and the I's. The following companies have donated to Trump and or Project 2025. Try to avoid giving them your money. Please share this with your friends and family. You ready? Here we go. 1-800-Flowers.com, Ace Hardware, Act Fluoride, Alamo Rental Cars, Allegiant Air, Arby's, Arizona Diamondbacks baseball team, Armor All, Ashley's Furniture, AutoZone, Bacardi. I poured Bacardi last night. Bally Underwear, Baskin and Robbins, Bausch and Lomb, Big Heart Pet Brands, Bike Athletics, Bluebell, Boost Mobile, Brooks Shoes, the Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Wild Wings, Buick Cadillac, Carl's Jr., Champ Clothing, Chevrolet, Chiquita Brands. I got some damn Chiquita bananas in the kitchen right now as we speak. Cincinnati Financial, Cinnabon. Cinnabon contributed to Trump, Rick. If I see you eating a Cinnabon, if I happen to go to Mayfair and you're there trying to be incognito, because I know when you go out in public, you usually wear a cape and a hoodie, I will knock a Cinnabon out of your hand, Rick.
That is very true. I do wear a cape and a hoodie, but I don't eat Cinnabon.
Right.
It's too sweet and too much sugar.
Con Air, Coors Beer, Cuisinart, Dairy Queen, Dean Foods, Dirt Devil, Discount Tire, Dole Foods, Dudley Sports, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. These are businesses and companies and corporations that contributed to either Project 2025, Donald Trump, his campaign, or Donald Trump's inauguration. ExxonMobil, Faberware, Florist.com, Folgers Coffee, FruitBouquets.com, Fruit of the Loom, Fry's Electronics, Garmin Sports Products, Geico Insurance, George Foreman Grills, GMC, GNC. Vanessa, I got your ass. I got your ass. Grey Goose. It's on the list. Grey Goose vodka. I bet you Tito's ain't on this list. If you drink Grey Goose, you're a fascist. Haynes, Hardee's, Hazelberg Diamonds, Hendrick Motorsports, Hershey Products, Hobby Lobby, Home Goods, Hoover Vacuums, Horizon Bank, Jimmy Dean Sausage, Keller Williams Realty, LL Bean, Land O'Lakes, Las Vegas Sands Hotel and Resort, Legs Pantyhose, the Los Angeles Angels, Maidenform Underwear, Marshalls, Martin's Famous Pastry Shops. Oh, not McDonald's. That quarter pounder with cheese tastes like racism and xenophobia. Miller Beer. Oh, not Miller tasting like a Nazi salute. Milwaukee's Best Beer. Mobile. Molson Beer. Motorola, My Pillow, Napa Auto Parts, New Orleans Saints, Norwegian Cruise Lines, the New York Yankees, Old Dutch Foods, including Old Dutch potato chips, Omni Hotels, Auric Vacuums, Papa John's, Playtex? Not the feminine hygiene products. Procter & Gamble, if you guys take a look at how many businesses and companies and other food products and distribution brands that Procter & Gamble is a parent company of, that's damn near everything in your pantry. Public Storage Incorporated, those of you that have those public storage units. Publix, I think they're a grocery store company, Publix, Publix. Purdue Farms, what is this one? Rallyvac, Schlotsky's Deli, Shell Oil, Sierra Trading Post, Slumberland, Smucker's Products, Soma Intimates, Sunoco, Spalding, they make the basketballs, Stanley Black & Decker Hardware, Star Furniture, Stiletto Tools, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Popcorn Factory. Oh, no! No, Rick! Tito's Vodka! Oh!
Oh, no.
Oh, no! Not my beloved Tito's! Oh, Belvedere, here I come. I'm sorry I ever left Belvedere in the first place. Do you know how much Tito's I have consumed? Oh, wow.
Tito's don't hold sugar, right?
Say it again, Rick.
Tito's don't hold sugar, does it?
I mean, it doesn't hold sugar.
Like, it don't have sugar in it, right?
I don't know. I don't want to read the rest of this list. I did not preview this list before I added it to my list of topics today. I'm stuck on this Tito's. Well, Vanessa, looks like we're vodka homeless. Toastmaster, Tractor Supply, Turtle Wax, Urban Outfitters, Vanity Fair Paper Products, Walmart, Wendy's, Wonder Bread, Wow Cable, the Wynn Resorts of Las Vegas, and Young Brands. This Tito's thing is bothering me. All right, I got to regroup. I need to rethink my life. The only liquor brands that I see on here are Grey Goose and Tito's. Man, I feel targeted. Okay, well, let's take a break and let's think about how we're going to make different consumer choices. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.